Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and welcome back to online classes of Iqra Hufaz Boys Secondary Schools, a project of Iqra Education System. Dear students of class 9, we were going through unit number 5, Healthy Lifestyle, and in that we studied about health problems caused by mosquitoes. Before the break of the winter vacation, we had covered words with their English and Urdu meanings. Then we picked up reading and explanation activity. After that, we covered all the reading comprehension exercises from our book. We now have to start language practice, but before that, let's go through the summary of the whole passage, as we have 3 different diseases mentioned or discussed in this unit number 5. Malaria, dengue and chikungunya. We will go through the causes, signs and symptoms and prevention of all these 3 diseases in this video lecture today. But before we further proceed ahead, let me take you through an interesting segment. Yes, asking you a riddle. Today's riddle is very technical and worth thinking. The riddle says, if an electric train travels 90 miles an hour towards the west and the wind is blowing from the north, in which direction will the smoke blow? And you need to think hard. If an electric train travels 90 miles an hour towards the west, and I have explained you or drawn this compass here on the board, this is west, this is east, this is north and this is south. If an electric train travels 90 miles an hour towards the west and the wind is blowing from the north, in which direction will the smoke blow? You need to think about it, and I will answer this riddle in the end of this video. Meanwhile, we will go through a summary of unit number 5, Healthy Lifestyle. As we have earlier discussed, that this unit covers 3 common diseases found in our society: malaria, dengue and chikungunya. Although we are going through a pandemic nowadays, pandemic is an epidemic that spreads out or breaks out globally. Apart from 3 diseases discussed in this chapter, we have one more disease right now which is so common in our society throughout the world, and that is COVID-19, and in simple words, Corona. Corona is a disease, or it is an epidemic that has broken out throughout the world, and any epidemic that breaks out throughout the world or that harms the whole world simultaneously, such epidemic is called pandemic. So Corona is a pandemic. Every single person is scared of it, and every single person needs to take severe and serious precautions to prevent himself from this disease. So when we are talking about 3 diseases, malaria, dengue and chikungunya, what we will be doing in summary of this chapter, that we will be writing the name of the disease first, and we will be writing cause or causes of that disease, symptoms, some common symptoms, and then prevention. We will be writing down or discussing these 4 things about 3 common diseases found in our society and discussed in this chapter, or unit number 5, Healthy Lifestyle. As we know that these 3 diseases are commonly found and they are caused by mosquitoes. So you people know that mosquitoes are usually around the stagnant water or the open water, the water that is not covered. So overall we should take some measures and some precautions of covering the water which is collected in our buckets, jug or anything in our homes. And if there is any stagnant water outside our home, we need to inform the higher authorities in order to take the immediate steps or measures to remove the water from there and to solve the problem because of which the water is getting stagnant there in your area. So we'll start from the first disease. The first disease is malaria, and the causes of malaria is this Plasmodium parasite. This is the name of a parasite, a single-celled parasite, and this parasite infects the mosquitoes, and then this malaria disease is transmitted into human beings by infected mosquitoes. And the symptoms of malaria are high fever, chills, sweating, constipation, kidney dysfunction, and disorientation. We can prevent ourselves by not letting stagnant water gather around our homes, in our society, in our areas, even inside our homes, and by protecting ourselves from mosquitoes. So now you know what are the common symptoms of malaria and how you can prevent yourself from this disease and how this disease is caused and all such things. We will now go through the second disease discussed in our unit number 5. The second disease is dengue, and the causes of dengue are the infected mosquitoes, and this disease is caused through saliva of infected mosquitoes. And the symptoms of dengue include high fever, severe body pain, pain behind eyes, decreased urine output, respiratory difficulties, headache, and skin rashes. And we can prevent ourselves from dengue disease by not letting stagnant water gather around our homes, in our area, in our surroundings, and by protecting ourselves from mosquitoes as much as possible. Let us go through the third disease discussed in this unit number 5. The third disease mentioned in this unit number 5 is Chikungunya, and the causes of this disease is also the infected mosquitoes. This is transmitted through infected mosquitoes into human beings, and the symptoms of Chikungunya include muscle pain or muscle weakness, joint pain, connective tissues damage, fever, skin rashes, headache, nausea, vomiting, and partial loss of taste. We can prevent ourselves from Chikungunya by not letting stagnant water gather around in our area or society, even in our homes, and by protecting ourselves from the mosquitoes. So my dear brothers, these are the 3 common diseases discussed in unit number 5, and we have gone through the summary of these 3 diseases. I have discussed with you the causes, symptoms, and prevention of these 3 diseases: malaria, dengue, and chikungunya. I think that's all for today. We will meet again in the next video lecture with the language practice exercises of unit number 5. But before I say goodbye to you, let me take you through the answer to the riddle I asked at the beginning of this video. The question was, if an electric train travels 90 miles an hour towards the west and the wind is blowing from the north, in which direction will the smoke blow? You have to tell in which direction will the smoke blow. For example, now you need to understand this with certain calculation and logic. If an electric train travels 90 miles an hour towards the west, this is all about towards the west. You can see the compass here on the board: west, east, north, and south. I've explained you here towards the west, west ki taraf, which means it is coming from east. When a train is coming, when an electric train is traveling from the east towards the west, it means it is over here and coming here. Okay? And the wind is blowing from the north. From the north, the wind is blowing. Train coming from east to west and wind blowing from north to south. Okay? In this condition, if an electric train traveling from east to west and the wind is blowing from north to south, in which direction will the smoke blow? I know that you people may be making big calculations, applying some logics and trying to reach the conclusion in order to find out the answer to this riddle. The answer is very simple. I'm going to explain you here on the board just in a moment. Oh my God, the answer is very simple. An electric train doesn't have smoke. My brothers, I have mentioned here an electric train. An electric train doesn't have smoke. How come the smoke can go or blow in any direction? This all was just to confuse you people. The main answer lies here in these two words, an electric train. It's not an ordinary or a normal train. This is an electric train, and an electric train doesn't have smoke. I hope you enjoyed this riddle and you will enjoy more asking this riddle to your friends, family and relatives. We will meet again in the next video lecture with the language practice exercises of unit number 5. And till then, take very good care of yourselves. Stay home, stay healthy, stay safe. We'll meet again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.